Hey, and welcome to another exciting episode of the James Show. Full of baby crying, apparently. Anyways, what do we got going on today? Well, our guest unfortunately had a problem and he can't be here, so no interview like planned. We're going to be playing a game called Everspace. It's still in pretty early access, but it kind of reminds me of a mix between a regular like Wing Commander flying type game and FTL, Faster Than Light. So it's kind of neat. We're also going to look at a board game I just got. We haven't got a chance to play it yet. We're going to be playing it later tonight, but I just want to kind of go a little preview of it. The Conan game by Monolith. I've been Kickstarter and following it for about 2.5 years now. It's finally here in all its 200 plus minis of glory, and it so far exceeds my expectations, so that's pretty cool. And of course we're going to have a song because embarrassing myself on the internet is the only thing I know how to do anymore. Mostly. All this and more, maybe, on The James Show. Let's get started. We are going to go ahead and take a look at the Conan board game first. So, because I got the King edition, and in addition there's all the stretch goals, it came in 2 big giant boxes that I've kind of already pieced apart a little bit. Well, so it comes in boxes, you know, this big. So here's the horde of minis. This like big flat area here, that's 4 guys deep. And then there's all kinds of other fun nasties, like, look at this bad boy. You just want to meet him. There's plenty of tentacles to go with him, so you know he's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, you know, as always, a huge selection of cards. The quality of the minis, for the most part, I'd say is pretty darn good. There's a lot of... yeah, you can see that really well. I'm sure it's not going to focus ever on it, but you know, there's a lot of good detail in the guys. There's tons of different characters to play besides Conan. You know, because the books had tons of characters. There's even a character they designed and made because everyone had Red Sonja. Red Sonja is not really part of Conan, but and they couldn't get the rights to her officially, so they made a character so much like Red Sonja. It's Red Sonja. Anyways, here's your standard Conan looking guy. Yep, bare-chested, big-ass sword, loincloth. The minis they're not soft plastic or anything like that, like the Bones figures. They're definitely the harder plastic. So that's pretty cool. Not at all like the Bones figures. So yeah, but tons of minis. They came with a dice bag, which is cool. Here's some stamina counters and stuff like that. We'll talk a little bit about that and the mechanics that I understand to be the game. Some markers for like bases on monsters and stuff for damage. A few more markers. Some of the custom dice for the game. Some more of the custom dice for the game. Some more of the custom dice for the game. So, plenty of dice. And of course, like I said, the dice bag that comes with it, it's handy. What do we get? A map of you know, Conan's world of area. Upside down. So we got ourselves a nice map. Just to kind of get in the feel. There's a bunch of different varieties of Conan in the game because Conan, unlike some of the other characters that he meets in one or two stories, Conan goes through a lot of different phases. Like here's Conan the Vagabond. So, you know, he starts with something different than maybe like Conan the Destroyer or something like, you know, more guys. A cool archery elf looking guy. Here's another Conan. Yeah, so the game is released in France also, so the backside is actually the names of characters and stuff in French. So in France, this isn't Conan the Warlord. This is Conan Seigneur de Gris. Whatever. I butchered that. You know, looking at a nice big stack of different characters. And like I said, depending on how you pick, I mean, there's different kinds of... there's no magic using Conan. But like the Conan the Vagabond and stuff like that has actually like sneaky abilities. And certain other ones, are heavy fighters or versus light fighters. But if like you're a whole party of sneaky guys, you can go the sneaky route to try to finish the scenario, or you can pick a bunch of magic guys, or just brute force, or some sort of combination. So even each of the scenarios, there's some different ways you can try playing that will change the strategy of the game. Then what do we got? We got a couple of sets of rules cards for quick access. This is like a map turn thing. I'm not quite sure, but I'm sure that it'll be useful in some sort of way or fashion. Here, of course, is the player rulebook. Covers all the rules and actions and stuff. This is a neat feature because the Overlord has so much to keep track of and everything, with counters and minis and stuff. They actually have a whole board designed to help the Overlord keep track of everything. So, stuff goes here and here, and then down here is like this, what they call the river. There's actions that he puts there. And each of the scenarios is played on a board, and I was expecting kind of like maybe a cardboard, tough cardstock, but no. They are giant size. I mean, they are big play boards, which is really nice. And they're actually like boards. They're board game boards of fairly decent size, so that they can get some nice detail in the game, which is really cool. And there's what, 1, 2, 3, 3 double-sided boards. So you got a couple different options. There's like villages, and there's a wilderness, and stuff like that. And then, of course, you have the token and counter sheets. What respectable American Ameritrash game would there be without plenty of tokens? And so what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or so big sheets of random tokens, markers, counters, coins, widgets, wadgets, and whatnot that we have to punch out tonight in order to start playing. So, what is the basics of the game? The basics of the game is kind of about stamina management in a lot of ways. Every character has so much stamina, and I mean, if you want to blow all your stamina to do a bunch of actions in one round, you can do it. Then you're out for the next like 2 or 3 rounds in actions. It's just resting. But basically, players take a turn. Overlord takes a turn. Now, the Overlord spends stamina based on where'd that thing go? Oh, based on what they call the river down here at the bottom. As they move, like normally he has to do the action that's right here. If he wants to do an action further down the line, he has to spend more points to do it. That way there's a randomness to the GM thing, but he can still choose to, it's a risk-reward system for the game master, just like the players, which is nice. But it comes down basically, like I was saying, to it's a bit of a fatigue. In addition to strategy, part of the strategy is fatigue management. How much do I want to spend this turn versus how much am I going to get back? And you just got to kind of work from there. And the players all work together, and there's no particular set turn for players. Players just decide who's going. One person completes his whole turn, I'm pretty sure. No, they can do it whatever they want. During the action phase, heroes can perform actions in any order, coordinating and alternating amongst themselves as they choose. The phase ends when everybody decides they're done. So basically, everyone has a start phase where they get all set up, and then the heroes can just go do this. Okay, you do that, and I'm going to do this, and then you're going to do this, and then we're going to do this together. Oh, wait. That's screwed up, so let me do this. So the players can do whatever they want until they decide their turn's over. Within, of course, the rules of the game. I mean, you can't just say, I win. But I like the setting. Conan's setting's pretty cool, and there's lots of neat stuff. The game looks nice. It's presented well overall, I think. There's lots of character options and lots of different options in the game. And we're going to try it out tonight, and I'll probably next Friday do a little bit of a post-mortem on our time and our game time with that, and let you all know how it did. Oh, and while we're at it, switching gears. So anyway, that was Conan, made by Monolith Games. I don't think it's for sale officially yet. because the Kickstarter guys are still getting their stuff, but it should be available for sale soon. You won't get quite as much stuff as I got because I got all of the stretch goals and that sort of stuff, and I bought what they call the King Edition, which has a little bit more junk in it. I don't know if the King Edition is going to be available for sale, but the basic Barbarian Edition is going to have the main book of like 16 scenarios. It's going to have 2 or 3 boards, that sort of stuff. So I think it's going to be cool, and I'll let you know next time how it went and whether or not we were able to figure out the rules, or if we were all stupid, or if the game is just too obtuse and we had to look up a bunch of stuff. So look forward to it. Now, we did talk about a game a little bit ago, that Harry Potter card game. We've played quite a bit more, and it's a lot of fun. I really like it. I was wrong before. I posted one of my videos that I have been lazily not uploading. The characters do actually upgrade in Harry Potter at years like 4 and 6, I think. But yeah, so they do get older and they do get better and they get better abilities. But yeah, we've been having a lot of fun with that. It does get tough. We've actually lost a couple times. I've read some people who were probably deck builder pros or maybe just didn't have such sucky teammates. Stacy. That have not lost until they get like year 6 or 7. We lost in year 4, right when the addition of these Hogwarts dice, where you could different houses roll and get FX based on different houses. But that's a fun game too, and if you like Harry Potter or you like collectible, not collectible, but deck builder games, I would definitely say check that out. Now, what's next on the agenda? Everspace. I shall be wearing my bling sunglasses because they cover my whole face as I'm speeding through the atmosphere and whatnot. Everspace is a space game, of course. That's bloopy bloop. So, it's still in early access, like I said. This is the one ship you can fly, ship class. You can see behind it, your ships will upgrade eventually. Here's the other classes that you can't really see much of right now. Only to know that they exist. This is the only ship I have. I don't really have anything on it. I've just been kind of, push the wrong button. See, upgrading stuff. I mean, you can, upgrade your ship and stuff, kind of like FTL, sorry, FLT. Faster light than.
This time I'll make it.
There. See, so you got the cockpit view or you got the third-person view. I'm messing with a third-person view because why not? So you fly around. When I'm playing control stick, one stick does all this stuff and the other stick does all this stuff.
What I need.
What do we got? We need there's some mineable ore. So you're constantly, as you go into new places, mining for like a couple bit of resources. And yeah, like he's saying. Oh shit! I'm getting shot. Missiles. Missile. And I've got a Gatling gun and the laser gun. Only kind of weapon I have is missiles. Back to what I was doing, which was getting a lot of ore. Or what, you might ask. And doesn't appear to be a map. See, the star map even kind of reminds me of FTL. The only radar is on the screen. Looks like I can't jump out to the next section because these guys are blocking me.
There's a few of them.
Just a few?
Enemies in range.
I'm using missiles kind of liberally, but I only have like 8 left total, so. Probably be a little bit more careful. There's some fuel. Fuel is not used for this fly around part. It's actually used for the jump part.
structures is breathtaking.
Hostilities only ceased when
There, I use a scanning probe. It's going to be fine.
sides to the negotiating table. A demilitarized zone was created as a buffer zone, monitored by the Oka authorities. Only time will heal the rift between the species.
Story, I guess. Yeah, nice. I don't have a clue. Ah, there's the jump suppressor.
You have drawn the attention of hostiles.
Great. Hey.
These things are so annoying.
I'm getting so shot up.
It's like a swarm. Finish them off.
I'm trying. That weird little thing looks like I'm frozen. That's actually my shields coming back online. Where we at?
Something about these drones.
Right, where's that jump suppressor at? I've taken up plenty of damage. My Kukapite is a little bit damaged. That's never good, is it? Never good to have your cock cracked. Oh, I gotta come over here and quote-unquote hack it. And then blow open this container and see what sort of loots might be available. Okay, now I can jump. And how you jump is you just point at this thing and your jump engines build up. As you can see, I got some damage. Here we go. Well, there you have it. It's kind of an arcadey flying game. You know, this is that randomness element that each sector is got. You never know what's in it. It'll change if you play again. It'll be different sectors. It's kind of fun to play. You know, it's kind of, if you like the faster than light with a little bit less of the strategy elements turned into you know, twitchy space fighter elements. Pretty cool. So, oops. Well, now is the part of the show where I'm forced to sing. I just want to sing. I don't want to. Yeah, sure. Okay, and today we are, of course, going to be wearing our happy birthday hats. One of our guest hosts that we have from time to time, Troy, it was his birthday recently, so we'll say that the happy birthday hat is in honor of him. And what are we going to sing about?
Cheese.
What about string cheese?
The stringiness.
Stacy has suggested string cheese. Tony suggested awkward political discussions with family. We're going to go with the stringiest of string cheese. I have some string cheese and it's very, very special. There's no other like it in the world. My string cheese is so stringy, you can string it for days. My string cheese is special. It's made in a special factory in southern Peru. They'll tell you how to do it for a price that you can't afford. Your life. It's the stringiest of cheese. It's always sure to please, unless you want to eat it or cut it with a knife. Oh, this string cheese is really tough and stringy too. I suspect it might just be string, just between me and you. This stringy cheese, it's so tasty. Not really, but it's very, very stringy. So stringy. Stringy cheese from Peru. I stole it, you see. Experimental string cheese. Radioactive? Maybe. It glows in the dark, and it makes it burn when I pee. This secret string cheese I stole, you see. Super string cheese, they found me now too. Hung me up on a ledge, string cheese to chew. Wrap me with stringy cheese, then throw me off a cliff. Falling down, down, splat. No big diff. I was just a string cheese stealer, stole secret experimental cheese. And then they killed me, now I'm dead. Wrapped in string cheese that I loved, you see. I fell on rocks and bashed in my head. That took a weird turn. Really weird. So, song, played a game, looked at Conan. I talked a long time about Conan, gushed about it like a little stupid fanboy. I'd say we covered it all. What do we got? Well, that's another episode in the hat, in the hole, whatever. Check me out on every social media except MySpace. The James Show 00. Excuse me. You got your Twitter. Who's shutting down Vine? But I do have a Vine. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. What a surprise! I'm probably not any of those weird foreign boobly beto whatever. Just search for the James Show 00. You'll find something. Email me james@thejamesshow.com. Check out my website thejamesshow.com. Leave comments, leave likes, subscribe, tell me I'm terrible, sing me a song back. Make a song video and then post it for me so that I can watch it and then share it with my audience of 4 people. Until next time, I'm James. That was Stacy screaming about string cheese. Tony was on the phone, and we'll see you next time.